Welcome to the Cables, Lace, and Tails podcast. My name is Sue, and I am a maker from northwestern Wisconsin. We have a visitor. Her name is Nell. She is my big hairy dog. You can barely see her. Maybe you can see her better once it's all up and everything. Oh, yes. She's a very hairy. Yes, she's a very good girl, and I enticed her up here with treats. All right, so first things first, I would like to thank everyone who has been subscribing and liking my channel. I appreciate it so very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so excited. This makes me so happy. It is so fun talking about my makes and sharing it. And today I had a dentist appointment, so I got off of work. And while waiting at the dentist, another lady was knitting. She wasn't very sociable, but that's okay. We love what we do. So let's see, I have one finished object that I'm going to show you. It's something I have been talking about for quite some time. It is my Terpsichore scarf by Sari Norlund. This is the right side. The wrong side is very simple. You can't really even tell anything different except for some lines. But it is an all over cable pattern. You start at one end, you build up, and then you decrease. Sari has made it so you could do as many repeats as you wanted. You just had to make sure you had enough yarn for, she's chewing on her paws. Nellie, stop. Thanks. Stop. Calm. It's okay. Stop. She's a little obsessed with her paws. Anyway, Sari Norlund made the pattern so you could, it was a 10 repeat, but you could add as many repeats as you wanted. I did a 14 repeat pattern. I did not block this yet. It does stretch quite a bit, and it stretches, cable wise. So when I block this, I may, stretch it a little bit because it doesn't give me exactly what I was hoping for. I should have tried it on while I was making it. Or I should have realized that it's just one of these kinds of scarves where you just put it around and it doesn't have to be really big, and it's kind of like an accent piece, You can put it on like a babushka over your hair. I'm not going to do that because it makes me look like an old lady. I know I'm an old lady, but I'm not that old yet. Maybe when my hair turns white. Oh, my hair already fell out. So, yeah. Now, what else can I say about this? Oh, I used Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca in the color Oyster, and it is made out of equal amounts of wool, acrylic, and alpaca. I have been finding that some people are allergic to alpaca, which I didn't realize because it's supposed to be hypoallergenic because it doesn't have any lanolin. This has a little bit of an itch factor to it, but is it because of the alpaca? Is it because of the acrylic? Is it because of the wool? Will it be, because when I feel it with my hands, it feels super soft. It does. It feels super soft. And I mean, would I have this really directly next to my skin and feel anything when I'm outside? Or am I feeling it because I'm hot inside? Because I wear my wool sweaters at work, and I am finding I need more cardigans because the school is warm, but outside I'm cold. And when I don't wear wool underneath my jackets, I'm not as cozy. And I'm really liking the whole fact of learning that when it's cold out, wool keeps you at that perfect temperature. You don't get too hot like I do with synthetics. And maybe it's just my age, and that's why I'm getting too hot with synthetics. But we'll see how this works. It is beautiful. I was getting a little bored of making this. It seemed like it was taking forever. Maybe it was because of the monochromaticness of the color. I don't know. I did enjoy the pattern. The pattern was lovely. I really enjoyed learning to read charts from Sari Norlund, and that's why I chose this pattern in the first place, because I wanted to read charts. I have mentioned in the past that I was planning to make like a full set, like a hat and like these fingerless mitts that she has, or gloves, but I tried to gauge swatch. I'm just going to show you the picture. I tried to gauge swatch for this, and you needed 20 stitches per 4 inches using US 4 needle. This is a sport weight yarn. I tried doubling up, and I did a US 4 needle, and I got, what did I get? I got 18 stitches per 4 inches. So either I would have to size up on the needle or find a different yarn, because it requires DK yarn, and this is sport weight. And I thought, well, maybe, you know, maybe it would be okay, because sometimes it's a thin sport or a thin DK, you know, you got all those things. But I don't know. I just started gauge swatching it last night. I do have a lot of things. I really said to myself, what do you want first? Do you want a pair of fingerless mitts, or do you want cardigans? And I said, I want cardigans and sweaters. So onward and upward. Let's see. I do have a problem. I really do. And I don't know how. This has never happened to me before. I don't know if it's because there's no ribbing at the bottom. I don't know if it was my tension that was being off. I don't know if it's the yarn. I don't know what happened. But if you can see, this side looks pretty straight. And this side has like a definite wing. And I don't know what happened. I don't think I looked at the sweater back here. This is the back for the Leisure Arts. It's a lace detail cardigan. It's called the Shaped Cardigan, but I didn't do any waist shaping. So here is the armhole. And then, I mean, I didn't even notice until I bound off. And I'm like, well, what happened here? Will this go away if I wet block it? I've been thinking about this a lot, because I thought, I don't want to tear this out. How can I fix it? So I thought, well, do I wet block it and stick it in the dryer? Because technically you're not supposed to dry this. But if I stick it in the dryer for, say, 5 minutes, and it goes, you know, it gets a little shrinkier, or will it shrink it too much and still have that swoopy thing? Do I just leave it, and then when I'm sewing up the back, do I just pick up stitches over here and kind of tack this down? I really don't know. This is when I miss my knitting groups the most, where I could show them what had happened. They could all, you know, give their 2 cents, and then I could come away with some action. Like, well, you could just sew it down so it's even. Try wet blocking it. Try putting it in the dryer for a little bit. Would it even matter? The detail, it doesn't have a ribbing. Usually when you do ribbings, it cinches everything in. This is a crochet detail. Would doing the crochet detail and, like, you know, doing 2 stitches together kind of cinch this up? I have a lot of questions. If you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas, please let me know, because I really don't know what to do. Let's see. You can't really even tell in the picture the crochet detail. I'll just hold it there for a second. So I will find out what to do. I did get this book off of Amazon, but it's through the Thrift Books website. It is a discontinued book. It doesn't give you much like sizing stuff, like it's very basic. It is nice. I do like the patterns. It is easy to follow. So I just left the lifelines in. You can see where my stitch markers still are. They will come out with the lifeline because I have them out. I left the lifelines in so I can see where I am in relation to the fronts, the side fronts. I did work one more repeat. Can you see the little stitch marker? I changed it, so, but it doesn't even show up here either. It's a little shiny. I did one more repeat before I got my finished length. It's a little larger, not much. Let's see, what did I write? I didn't write anything. It's just a touch larger than what the pattern called for because I wanted a full repeat, so I just knew where I was. I just wanted a full repeat. And I think it was like supposed to be 14 or 15. Let's just double check here. No, stop. Okay, so back measures 15 and a half. Wait. Oh, I see. And then I do armhole shaping. So it should be about 24 inches. It should be about 24 inches long, which is good. You know, can you lay down? Can you lay down? Here, lay down and relax. Here, smell, lay down. Lay down. You can lay down. Lay down. Oh, she's caught in my sweater. Oh, it's okay. Hey, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. She just wants a treat. All right. Sometimes you just don't argue with the puppy who wants a treat. All right, so yes, I have lots of questions with that. I will show, I did not get very far. I worked on this one morning before work and I only got so far. And I'm wondering, will this happen again on this piece? Is it because I was using, you know, circular needles and it stated in the pattern straight needles? I don't know. So it's just starting. This is the front left. I think I made it too big. Maybe it will benefit being put in the dryer for just a touch of time. It is made of cotton poly. The yarn band states do not dry. I mean, you wouldn't want to dry it high, and you wouldn't want to dry it for a half hour, but like 10 to 15 minutes? No, not 10 to 15, 5 to 10 or so. What do you think? What do you think? You don't know? Okay, that's fine. You don't have to know. You're a good puppy. All right, so I did make some progress on my Dulce V-Neck drop shoulder sweater. I'm using the pattern out of my Ann Bud's handy book of sweater patterns. I've shown this many times before. I don't really feel like opening it up again. It is a spreadsheet type pattern book. This yarn is glorious. I akin it to my cat's belly, to Lula, who's laying on the other side of Nell Nell. That's probably why she's sitting up, because the cats have been quite cray lazy. Quite cray lately. Lazy. The other day I was working on this, and I had the yarn, you know, sitting next to me, and Tula was next to me on the couch, and she started licking it. And the alpaca, brushed alpaca, just kind of went, shh. It's fine. I already used the part that she licked, but I took it away from her because this is mine and not hers. This is a discontinued yarn, unfortunately. You can still find it here and there on the internet. I got mine off of Little Knit Seattle. I think Little Knit Seattle gets a lot of discontinued yarns, and then they can blow them out at really good rates, because I got this for a steal. Okay, so you can see where my lifeline is. Good. I was wondering if you would be able to. I use, you know, these circular interchangeable needles, and let's see, can you see? Right there is a little hole, and I put some crochet thread through the hole, stuff that you would make a doily with, and I then knit across, and then I have my lifeline. I did not want to put stitch markers or little clips of any kind, because this is such a loose fabric. I can see through it pretty well. When it gets wet and wet blocks, it does become a little bit more closed in, a little bit more muted in the striping. But I didn't want for anything to snag, and it is quite delicate in that way. It is very strong. Like, I'm really getting used to it, and so I can now not look at my knitting as I knit. With stockinette, I don't have to look. You know, if I'm just purling or just knitting, I don't really have to look. Oh, she's looking at my knitting over here. It's so cute. So this is where the armhole shaping would begin. But this is a drop shoulder, so it's a straight back. So this is where the lower armhole would begin. And now I just have to knit for another probably 8 inches. It's going quickly. Like, if I only have so much time, or say it's really late, say like the 10 o'clock news is on. I live in the Midwest, the news is on at 10. And say I just want to see the weather, yada yada, and I just want something to do while I'm watching it. I can get a few rows done, and that's how a different sweater got done. I would just be like, little bit, little bit, little bit, all done. So it's lovely. I'm really enjoying this yarn. I'm really enjoying the sweater itself. I'm using Reflections. I think I've called them other names before, but I looked on their website just recently because I was wondering about something, and I just looked. This is their Reflection set from Knit Picks. It is a size 7. It is a stainless steel hollow interchangeable needle. I like them. I don't find they come apart at the little thing. You know, you have a little key and you just tighten it ever so. You don't want to yank on them, because then you're going to strip this the screw part, but you just tighten it. They are really nice. I like these a lot for this project. I am enjoying this project immensely. I definitely need more cardigans for my work. I have found that sometimes when I get into the building, I'm hot, so I take off my cardigan. Can't always do that with a sweater per se, but then I say I'm just kind of not wandering around. I'm just like processing books or discarding books. I work in the library at my school, and I just do a lot of busy work, and sometimes you get cold and you just want a little something on your shoulders to keep you warm. But if you get hot, you can just flip it right off. So there's not really much to say about that, because it's just going and going. And then I did get a little bit more done on my black socks that I'm making for somebody. I think I'm at 3 inches right now. I have to get to 4 or 4.5 inches before I switch the needles. This is really good to do on those bright sunny days, or having a lot of light by you, because it's black. I'm just doing a simple, I don't even know if you can see, I'm doing a simple 3x1 rib. This is my vanilla sock pattern that I like. I'm using Ann Bud's book for the vanilla sock, but she doesn't tell you what to do. She says make the cuff the way you want. So you could have a 1x1, you could have a 2x2, you could have a 3x1, you could do anything you want. You could have a small little bit of rib and stockinette. It really doesn't matter. But I do like a a ribbed until I get to the ankle. And then I do my heel flap, heel, gusset, and then stockinette for the foot. For me, I find that very comfortable because it gives a chance for your leg to get bigger or to move, but sometimes you want to have a more fitted garment on your foot so your sock isn't slipping inside your shoe. So this has been going well. I'm really surprised my cat Tallulah is sleeping. They must have gotten all their energy out. Both one over there, puppy right next to me. They were so happy. I came home early. I had a really good dentist appointment. Yippee yahoo. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to discuss, excuse me, baby, is my, I hope I'm saying this correctly, Foyka sweater. I got this book by Linka Newman, Wilderness Knits. I don't know when I got it. I got it a long time ago because I really wanted to do Scandinavian sweaters. They have always had a special place in my heart. I'll show you the picture and the schematics. Doo-doo. So if I'm saying it right, Foyka, I hope so. This is, I had to change I am making this colorway. I am doing this one. So pretty. I am like, I'm right here on my sweater, and I am right here on my sleeve, which I'll show you. Very simple instructions. She gives you basically 1 page of instructions. That's basically all you need. And then the charts. I redid my charts because I changed the colors up a little bit, and if I looked at those I would have gotten confused. So I just got out some graph paper. I'm not moving this because that's where I am. This is the sleeve. You do chart A on the body and the 2 sleeves, and then you piece them all together, and then you do chart B. So I'm right here on my first sleeve, but first I'm going to show you the sweater. There you go. She can have the last treat. I just don't want her to eat the cat's treats because, you know, they're for the cats. I am using Alpaca Lopi yarn that I got from Little Knits in Seattle. There's so many words that are so similar. So I am done with chart A. So I have just left it on the needles. I might have to finagle. I realized this after I got done. This is a size 40 cable, and I might have to do a size 60 cable. I will get there when I get there. I'm thinking, like, what should I do? What should I do? How should I change it out? Should I try it on tubing and then, you know, hope for the best? Because sometimes it comes off when you are transferring. Or do I just put an end cap on one, start knitting with the other one attached to the 60-inch cable, which is what I'm kind of leaning towards. I've done that many times. And then adding the sleeves, and then, you know, finishing it up. Lots of questions in my brain. So, yeah, that'd probably be the best. Anyway, it is so cool. I can't believe I did it. I used 3 different strands at the same time. This is so awesome. I'm teaching myself so many things. My floats look pretty good. I'll just show you. They look pretty good. A little gapy here and there. But this is, Lopi is, did I drop a stitch? No, it's just tight. Good, because that kind of scared me. I'm like, I've never fixed a drop stitch before with color work. I'm pretty anal when it comes to certain things, and I'm like, just making sure I'm doing this right. Alaphus Lopi is the bulky weight of the Lopi yarns. There are other brands, but this is actually Lopi. I have a yarn band in here. And so I was able to get this on sale from Little Knits, like, I want to say 20% off. And they have really good customer service. They write you little notes on the receipt like, enjoy what you're making. So there is that. It is a 100-gram ball, and you get 109 yards per ball. This is, the light blue is called Arctic Blue, and then I have white, and the dark blue is called Space Blue. I left off here a long time ago, and then I put it off to the side. Can you even see? No, you cannot. All right, I'll just point. I left off right before this blue, or right after, yeah, right before the blue change. And then because I was a little nervous, like how to do 3 colors. And then I referenced some things, remembering some stuff I learned. And for example, in my in my Vogue knitting book, as well as only yoking book, I think that's what I was trying to say, 2 things at once. You always keep the yarns in a certain order. So with my main color, I said is going to be below, and my color change was going to be held above. But now you're adding a 3rd color. So main color, color 1, and then I had the color 2 over. So I just wrote myself a little note here that states what I decided, and it is working very well. So I put that off to the side, the body of the sweater. I was like, back to the pillowcase you go. Pillowcases are really nice for garment bags, especially for big bulky sweaters. And then I took out one sleeve. I started this on double pointed needles. I did US 8 for the cuff, US 10 for the body of the sleeve, and then right around here I went to 10 and a half because I thought, well, like right here I went to 10 and a half. You can see the little stitch marker. I'm just going to do double pointed needles all the way through. I want to try this. I didn't even make it 1 round with double pointed needles. Just the way that the color work was working and everything, I was getting a little confused, and I didn't want to drop any stitches, and I didn't want weird tension things. So I switched out to they say you should, size up for color work if you do it tightly. So I opted for my Knit Picks 4 square minis. They're very tiny, but they are larger than a 10. So I thought, all right, I'm just going to go with it. It'll be fine. So I am about halfway through the color work. It is so much fun. I am a little nervous about these floats down here. I did not catch anything. The reason being, which I was going to say before and I kind of spaced out, is that this is a hair sheep yarn. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a hairy yarn. It is quite prickly. They say it gets softer the more you wear it. I personally will not be wearing this next to skin. I will definitely have a long sleeve shirt on. I will be like, this will be like my outer garment for whatever. Say I get to go cross country skiing, have always wanted to do it, have not done it yet, but there's still time. So it is coming along. I am glad I switched over to cable needles because I am using a 32, no, not 32, a 24-inch cable, and these little shorties, the big, my big needles, which I did have on here, it just wasn't working. You just have to have smaller needles for this, which then led me to looking at Knit Picks and Amazon for shorties in different styles that I already have. You know, I like having both. I really do. And I like having different needles for different things for different types of yarn. So this actually made me so happy. On Tuesday, I stayed late at work to cover a bus line for somebody that was gone. And I also got together with one of my coworkers in the library at my school to help her crochet better. She knows how. She does know how, and she just needed to be like encouraged and instructed just a little bit of like, you know, just try this or try that or whatnot. And she made a dishcloth, and she was so happy to show me on Wednesday. And I didn't have a chance to tell her, but I was like, she inspired me too, because I finished the sweater part and I started the sleeve. So when I get done with what do you call it, panel A, which is only like, I only have 5 more rounds to do for this panel, then I'm going to put the stoppers on this, get a different cord, put these on it, and do the second sleeve. Once that is all done, then I am going to switch out to the 60-inch cable and put it all together and reread the pattern before I do that, because there's some stuff like pattern A, you start on stitch 1, that'll be your center front. Oh, yeah. So I have to do some stuff like, I have to get it all because I've put it off to the side and then you forget stuff. But I'll reference that. So I did start doing some more dishcloths. I have finished one, like I said. I started another one. I was working on this while at my dentist appointment today. You can always bring something to do. And so I didn't get much done. I got a few rows, maybe, like waiting in the waiting room. It's so pretty though. This color makes me so happy. So I, just keep on making no matter where and enjoy it. It is fun and it keeps you young and it keeps you lively and keeps the cats from, oh, they were so naughty. Okay, cat story time, real quick. I was working on my cotton poly lace sweater and I was on the back still, and I set it off to the side, and it was in a Ziploc, so I thought it was fine. And then I came back to it, and the yarn was broken or was ended. I'm like, well, I don't remember it. I thought I had more yarn. I had a whole skein. And then I said, yes, there is the skein, and a cat ate through the yarn. They chewed my yarn apart. So, lesson learned. They are sassy. And you would think I had learned my lesson when I was reorganizing my stuff in my bin and figuring everything out. I set, say this is a skein of yarn. It was this actual skein for this yarn, but it was already off the needles. I set the skein over here. I could see it. I was working on stuff, and some stealthy member of my family with 4 legs and a tail took it And then my daughter said, "Oh no, oh no." And I said, "What? They got your yarn." And both cats were attacking it or trying to keep it as their baby. One of the two. Yeah. So you need to be aware of young kittens. Let's see, I'm going to see if I can turn her. There she is, sitting so cute. All right. Well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking. I really appreciate this. I enjoy doing these so much. If you are able to give me some form of advice on how to fix my wonky bottom of my sweater, it would be most appreciated. I don't know what to do. I really don't. I don't even know how this happened. I've never had this happen before. I've never had this happen before. I don't even know why it happened. I mean, this is the bad side, okay? And this is the side. I mean, you see how much straighter it is? I mean, it is curling because it's stockinette, but I would really appreciate some help. I don't know what I did wrong. Yes, these are the days when you wish you had a group of people that would be able to say, well, you could do this or you could do that. So I'm asking the internet now, because I don't have a group of people in my life that would know how to fix this. I mean, it looks like it's this much. It looks like it's about an inch too big on the bottom. So leave a like, leave a what do you call it? A comment if you know how to fix this. Leave a like. Leave a comment if you know how to fix this. You know, I'll figure it out some way or somehow. Maybe just saying this out to the internet, to the universe around us, the answer will come to me, and I will be most thankful, because I do really like this. It will be a nice layer for, like, you know, summer nights or going out to eat, or not that that's going to happen anytime soon with the way that the world is going. Who knows what's going to happen? But it would be nice, like, say it's my birthday, which is in June, and we usually like to, you know, go out to eat for a celebrational dinner. It would be nice to wear this instead of a ratty old zip-up sweatshirt that I've had for longer than my daughter's been alive. So I did also want to mention that I am updating my Ravelry page. I believe I should look at my name again, because I'm pretty sure what it is, but it's like automatically in my computer, so I just have to put the letter A. It is Alpaca Sue, but I don't know if it has more to it than that. Yeah, all right. Thank you for coming. I hope to have more next week. This week was a little busy with stuff, but you know, sometimes you have to teach a friend how to crochet. That was so much fun. I guess there are more people at my work that want to learn how to crochet or knit, and I think that is wonderful, and I'd be more than willing to give them a helping hand. Yes. So thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Take care and have fun. Bye for now.